The electric vehicle market in Malaysia is a fast-growing one, and the latest entrant to hit the market is this, the Kia EV6. It's based on the Hyundai Ioniq 5, but it's positioned even further upmarket, taking the fight directly to the BMW iX3. So, does it have what it takes to compete in the premium segment with a mainstream badge? Well, I'm going to take you around to show you what's what. Come on, come. The EV6 is available in just one variant, the all-wheel drive GT line, and it is priced at just over 300,000 ringgit. That is a lot of money for a Kia, and it's around 40,000 ringgit than even the most expensive Ioniq 5, although of course that car doesn't come with the sales and service tax. This one does. You can still get the SST exemption if you put your order in right now. Like the Ioniq 5, the EV6 is based on the electric global modular platform. It is slightly longer and slightly taller than the Hyundai, although the width is the same. Its wheelbase is also 2.9 meters instead of 3 meters. The Kia is obviously the sportier of the two cars. It is less blocky, less minimalist, it's sharper, and despite the fact that it's taller than the Hyundai, it actually looks longer and lower. The front end is very cool. You have these arrow-shaped headlights joined to this grille, which is closed off of course, and this forms the digital tiger face, which Kia says replaces the tiger nose grille. And on the side you have these black panels that sort of suggest very big air intakes, but the actual inlet is actually quite small. Even so, this is quite a good looking car from the front. Along the side you can see this wraparound windscreen design that goes around the sides of the car, and this window line kicks up towards this blacked out panel on the D-pillars, giving this car a floating roof look. You've also got this rear spoiler that kicks out towards the side, and like the Ioniq 5, the EV6 comes with flush door handles that fold away when the car is locked. Now, like I said, the EV6 comes in GT line trim, which adds sportier front and rear bumpers, as well as body-colored cladding along the sides. The wheels are also unique to the GT line. They measure 20 inches in diameter, they come with this sort of aerodynamic flat-faced look, and they're wrapped in Continental Premium Contact 6 tyres, which is designed specifically for EVs. Down the flanks you see this black panel over here that kicks up towards the taillights, and we're going to have a look at that now. And wow, would you look at that? The taillights span the entire width of the rear end, and it looks really good. It gives this car a very futuristic look. It also flicks up over here, forming a sort of spoiler that goes together with the tailgate spoiler over here. You've also got this sort of jewel-like finish on the indicators down here, and that flows right into this chrome strip down here. One cool thing about this car, you see down there, that is the reverse light. Now, it's a single light at the bottom, and it features these dashes that mirror those that you have on the front of the car. This being an electric car, we obviously have to talk about charging. Now, like the Ioniq 5, the EV6 comes with an 800-volt electrical architecture, which means that it can support up to 350 kilowatts of DC fast charging. And that will fill the battery up from 10% to 80% in just 18 minutes. Now, of course, not every Tom, Dick and Harry has a 350 kilowatt charger. So Kia has also provided charging times for a 50 kilowatt charger, and that takes 73 minutes. You can also charge this car at home using an 11 kilowatt AC wallbox charger, and that will take 7 hours and 20 minutes. However, I don't suggest you use the 3-pin charger that comes with this car, as that will take more than 32 hours. Again, like the Hyundai, the EV6 comes with this vehicle-to-load function, and that will allow you to plug in household appliances like lights, a fridge, a fan, even a TV using this receptacle over here. There's another 3-pin socket underneath the rear seats, just like the Ioniq 5. And underneath this bonnet is an engine. Not really. Underneath this cover is your front trunk. Now, because this EV6 is all-wheel drive, there is a motor underneath here driving the front wheels, which means this front trunk is very small, just 20 liters. You're not going to fit your IKEA shopping in here. As you'd expect, the EV6 comes with two motors. The one at the front makes 99 horsepower, the one at the back makes 221. Combine it together and the result is, yes, you guessed it, 320 horsepower, which is around 20 horsepower more than the Ioniq 5. Torque is the same, however, at 605 Newton meters. So equipped, the EV6 will get from 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in 5.2 seconds. It will go all the way to a top speed of 183 kilometers an hour. The lithium-ion battery is also slightly bigger than it is in the Ioniq 5 at 77.4 kilowatt hours, and that gives it a range of 506 kilometers on the WLTP cycle. If you're using this in real life, you're bound to get a little bit less. Inside, the EV6 looks very modern. You have this sweeping dashboard that runs across the width of the car. You have this curved display panel with two 12.3-inch displays. You have this tall center console, and you've also got a two-spoke steering wheel, which is quite cool. I also like this neat ambient lighting effect that runs into the air vents down below. Now the screens are very similar to what you find in the Ioniq 5. You have your range readout on the left. On the right, you have this smartphone style grid of icons, and you've also got Apple CarPlay and Android Auto as standard. But, and here's the sad part, it's not wireless, even though you can put your phone on a wireless charging pad down here. Speaking of which, the center console isn't movable like it is in the Ioniq 5, but it's still quite nice. You have this sweeping design, and you've got twin cup holders, this rotary dial sort of gear selector, the wireless charger like I said just now, and a big storage space underneath this armrest. You've also got a large cubby hole down here for you to store larger items such as your handbag. On top of that, down there you have 3 USB charging ports, one being a USB-C port and a 12-volt socket. This car obviously comes with dual zone climate control, and you can use these knobs to change your temperature. However, this entire panel is touch operated, which is not ideal. But there is a good reason for this. Press this button and you get your media controls instead, with a volume knob and a tuning knob as well. That is very nice. And of course, this car will sound very good when you're pumping your tunes, because this car has a 14-speaker Meridian sound system. Like the Ioniq 5, the EV6 comes with two powered seats at the front. The seats and the steering wheel are heated, and the seats are ventilated as well. One cool feature borrowed from the Ioniq 5, you can press this button down here. The car will immediately recline the seat to its maximum position. This will allow you to sit, chill, maybe take a nap when your car is charging. You don't get the ottomans that you have down here in the Ioniq 5, but that's a small loss. The seats are also upholstered in suede and fake leather trim. The latter is made from recycled plastic bottles. Back here, the EV6 is very roomy, as you'd expect, given its 2.9 meter wheelbase. As you can see, I have acres of rear legroom, and I can slide my feet underneath the front seat, although it is a little bit tight. However, because this car has a sloping rear roofline, headroom is a little bit tight as well, especially if you're taller than me. I'm 173 centimeters, in case you're wondering. Other things of note, you've got rear aircon vents on the B pillars, but none on the center console. You have two USB-C charging ports on the front seats, which is very nice. And you've also got your armrest down here with twin cup holders. One cool trick, you can simply push this tab over here and you can hide away the cup holders and simply have this big storage space down here. Now that is a very neat feature. Of course, because the EV6 is an electric car, there's no transmission tunnel running across, and that means there is a flat floor. And that in turn means that fitting 3 adults in the back is no issue. You can also slide your legs across, and you can simply get yourself out of the car this way or that way without any issue. Also, while you can't slide your seats forwards and back, you can recline your seat backs, which means you can just sit back and relax like that. That's very nice. Open the boots and you'll find 520 litres of space back here. And if you fold the rear seats down using these levers on the side of the boot, you'll get 1,300 litres. One thing though, because the Meridian sound system has a subwoofer down below, you don't have much space underneath the false floor, which means you have to store your charging cable and your charger in this bag over here. Safety-wise, the EV6 comes with all the driver aids you would want, including autonomous emergency braking, adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist, lane centering assist, blind spot monitoring, and automatic high beam. 7 airbags and stability control, of course, comes as standard as well. One cool little feature that this Malaysian spec EV6 comes with is remote smart parking assist, and this might be a Malaysian first. You can push this button to move the car forwards and push this one to move it backwards. You can basically summon this car to your position. And there are sensors all around the car that will make sure that there are no obstacles around the car, and if there is an obstacle, it will brake the car for you. Unfortunately, we can't showcase this feature to you for obvious reasons. So there you have it, the brand new Kia EV6. I think this is a very handsome looking car with a lot of neat touches both on the outside and the inside, and it's got lots of performance to spare as well, at least on paper. What do you think about the looks, the specs, and especially the price? Let me know in the comment section down below. Until next time, I hope you stay safe and thank you for watching.